Hello, everyone. zetamath here. Welcome back to Blueprints. So I think we're about to start day 5. Continue agrees. We're about to start day 5. So far we figured out a bunch of things. I'm sure there's still many, many more things to figure out. The biggest thing that we have been working on and that I think I'm going to try to work on today is the alphabet clues. Just to recap, every square in the 5x9 grid corresponds to a letter that you obtain by looking at the paintings that appear in some rooms in those squares. And so we have filled out a few of the words, like small and 8 and safes. I'm pretty sure the middle word is crack, but then it's harder to get to the top room, so we haven't gotten to those. And there's a few others where we haven't been able to get them either because we looked at the pictures and weren't sure what letter they corresponded to, or more often because we went somewhere that did not, somewhere that did not, all my words went away, somewhere that did not have paintings, because the paintings, and I realize these things are very much not paintings, they're like hand drawings, but these things only occur in certain rooms, which is, I think, most rooms, but not hallways and not a few others. So you've got that picture too. I'm also on the lookout for any other details that I maybe should be paying more attention to. We have a few other sort of lingering things. I'm just pulling out all my note sheets to remind myself. So we solved a puzzle involving the periodic table that gave us push 3 up after 9, which is, I think, relevant to the laboratory room where we found that clue, but we couldn't do it because we hadn't powered it on or something. I also have a note to myself that I'm supposed to try to go down into the boiler room from the north, because there's an entryway there that would do something. And we know that there's this password that we're looking for that we know starts with an S, but we don't know anything else about it. So we'll see what we have there. Okay, so I have started going this way first instead of the other way, instead of straight in the middle, because I found it gets me cut off less. Let's go to, let's see, pantry or bedroom. This is a good place for the bedroom because we might go through this a number of times, so I feel like this is probably reasonable. Right, there could be something. So at random, there's sometimes an extra item, I think. But the interaction here is minimal. Okay, so now, here we go. So I would like the corridor, I believe. The nook, the only reason I didn't choose the nook is it would have cut off an entrance, and I want to, again, leave as much sort of latitude as possible in my thinking about this. By the way, the rank at the bottom that you see, we learned that the rank is sort of what row you're in, starting with 1 at the bottom. So most of the letters we don't have are in ranks 5 and up, which is why I'm trying to sort of shoot up. So even though the chapel would give me slightly more optionality, I'm going to pick the spare room just because it gets me, again, to higher ranks. Although I do have to be careful because eventually I'm going to hit... Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm eventually going to hit rooms that I can't open doors because they'll be locked. The reason I said ooh is that this chapel, I notice, has a different rotation. So it's not that the rotation's fixed for each room. I had thought that I had not previously clocked that, sometimes you get a slightly different room. But anyway, we'll go this way. Okay, we still know that the letter for this room. Okay, this room, we do not know the letter for. I think this hallway actually does have paintings in it. It does. Oh, wait, this is pilot and plot. I think, is what we decided. Maybe I just never wrote it down. Maybe I wrote it down in the wrong cell. Oh, or alternatively, maybe I did write it down and I'm looking at the wrong room on my grid, which is what actually happened. The room I was looking at on my grid was actually whatever room goes over here is the one we don't have. I need to look at the options. Okay. I'm going to go here and get my gem, and then I'm going to pull up the options and see is there a way to make it so that it always has the thing on, because it is just absolutely insane that it makes you press the tab every time, but I don't see anything that suggests that I'm missing a... Oh, there's a games... No, that was the game setting. Okay, yeah. It's like every time I'm placing a tile, I have to press the tab if I want to see the map. But of course I want to see the map. Why? It's absolutely insane. Okay, so that looks to me like a vial and a tub. Okay, so it's a tub and a tube. And I think I've stopped writing these down, but that's an E. So this is that room. Rank 5, column 1 is an E for tub and tube, the E being the letter that is present in tube that is not present in tub. See, this room sometimes has some extra stuff in it, but it does not seem to this time. Okay, so we're going to continue looking north. That one is locked. Not too surprising. We're sure-ish that you get more locked doors as you go further north. You might or might not also as you go further east. We had a note that said that it happens as you go further west, but that one turned out we learned was a lie. That is another thing that we have learned, is that red notes are like this one. In fact, this is the exact one that I'm talking about. Red notes are lies. So the doors in the West Wing are not more likely to be locked. I don't think that means they're less likely to be locked. But it could mean, well, it could mean they're less likely to be locked. We really don't know. Okay, so we'll go back through the chapel. Try and find an unlocked door. Okay, so we put the gymnasium here. Do that, or we could put the kitchen there. I'll go with the gymnasium. Okay, we're here now. This is the middle of rank 4. Oh, it even says rank 4 at the bottom. Okay, what about... Okay, so this is north. Okay, the parlor has a puzzle in it that we don't fully understand. The guest bedroom gets us a bunch of feet. Oh, no, the parlor has a puzzle in it that we do understand. Sorry, this is the puzzle that is... I think I have this marked as G for tier and tiger. Yeah, okay. So the rules here are that each of these has a statement. At least one of them is true. At least one of them is false. And the true state is that exactly one of these 3 has gems in it and the others are empty. Okay, so this one says the statement on the white box is true. This one says statements with the word white are always true. And this one says the gems are in the white box. Okay, well, statements with the word white can't always be true because that would make all 3 true, and all 3 aren't allowed to be true. Let's see, this one says the gems are in the white box. Okay, so we actually know this one's false. And so this one's false, and so it has to be that this one is true. Oh, and we get the key over here. This actually allowed, funnily enough, what the Sudoku community would call a uniqueness argument, because the only color that appears in any of these 3 boxes is white. So the gems have to be in the white box, because there's no way you have enough information to decide if it were in the black or the blue box, right? I don't think. Anyway, these are both false, so that one has to be true, and it says the gems are in the white box. Because I think that's true. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if I didn't think through that carefully enough. It's possible I'm wrong. Okay, so that was, in some sense, not incredibly useful. Okay, so now we're going to have to run through Let's see. I can just run back through the chapel because I don't have any money. So I might as well just run back through the chapel and maybe go back and explore from the entranceway again. I have not yet figured out the way in which it calculates how many or how you consume feet. It might be walking. It might be just time. I'm not sure. Okay, I think I've decided in the same way that I start going out left, I think the next thing I'm supposed to do is go right. Okay, there is a commissary here, I guess, which will not be useful now, but will be useful at some point, presumably, possibly. Let's see. I'm trying to see, why is this labeled as with and without? Is this like with and without because this is with the E and this is without the E? Are they always in the same order and I just didn't notice? Or is this hinting at something else? I'm not sure. Let's see. There's a drawing room next. I like the drawing room. It is costing me some gems, but it gives me a little extra pizzazz, we'll say, because this one lets me choose which room I want to draw. Okay, so I'll probably go this way first. Okay, there's a nook, which will give me a key. I would like a key, and that does point me north, so I like everything about this, basically. Please give me the key. Thank you. Okay. And we'll go further north into the pantry, I guess. I wouldn't mind a little bit of money, I suppose. Money never hurts. I do know the utility box is important for some things, at least. Like, it certainly gets you able to turn on the garage. I've been here before, right? Yeah, this is a K. Okay. For P and peak. Got it. Okay. Ooh, I have not been in the library, I don't think. Nor have I been... Oh, no, I have been here. Sorry, I have been to the square before. Okay, what does this say? Book request form. Books and periodicals requested with this form will be pulled and available the next time you draft the library. Please select one. Okay, do I want the Sightseer's Guide, the Swimbird, the Fixed Stars, the History of Oridina, the Drafting Strategy, or the Pump System Use Manual? Let's go with that one because we've seen that before. Okay, it seems to have been marked. Okay. What's over here? Nothing. Over here. Oh. I did a boo-boo because I was excited to see the library, but I thought it was oriented the other way. I thought I was going to get to go up from here. Okay, I can use my key to open this. I will, even though it's my only key, but... Oh, hey. Well, rewarded, or never punished, or whatever word you would like, because I used a key and I got a key plus some other stuff. The house directory is a great resource for information. If you wish to read more about a specific room in your house, press R to pull up the room directory. Okay, we've seen this occasionally, so we can see sort of how many of the rooms we've visited. Or how many of the rooms in this case we haven't visited, which is a fairly large number, it seems. We want to get to room 46. I do keep trying to get to the antechamber. I haven't been to all bedrooms yet. There's several types of hallway. Only 2 green rooms I've been to. We've got 2 shops. Okay, we've been to most of the red rooms, at least. I'm basically just looking at a couple of these just to see if there's any sort of... if there's any information here that I should be looking at. 8. I'm just looking at my notes because it mentions the 8 stained glass things, and I only wrote down 7 for what it's worth. Okay. I'm just doing a quick scan to see if I think there's anything like the first letters here or spelling something or anything like that. Like, this feels like nonsense text that has to be here for a reason. I mean, it could just be lore, but I guess I partially refuse to believe that they would invest the effort in writing that if it were just for lore. Like, it's probably the solution to a puzzle of some description. We can go up the spiral staircase. Come up here. Mount Holly records. Temporal records. Okay, this is total time. Steps taken, keys turned, gems used, total stars, draft records. Yeah. Puzzle records, billiards rooms. I haven't solved the Oh, okay, yeah. So, right, it's saying I haven't solved the dartboards. Okay. And then presumably there are other puzzles that I have not solved. The dartboard one is still a mystery to me, exactly what it's asking. When I said earlier in this video that it was the parlor was the one I hadn't solved, I just confused it. It's the billiards room that I have not solved. Okay, and then we've got a scrapbook. My favorite floor plans. Can't seem to ever pass it up. Most drafted, most paid for, contraptions I've made, largest purchase, most avoided floor plan is the coat check, apparently. Okay. None of this seems immediately relevant. Okay, so now if I look where I'm going, okay, so run back through, and I should run back to the drawing room. Back through here, and I should go out to the other door of the drawing room. Ah, the billiard room. That's where the puzzle that I mentioned was. And I think that is what I wanted to put here. Okay. Last time it was 7 was the one that was highlighted. And then when I pressed 7, it made 1 and 15 come up. So, like, what seems to happen is that basically it seems like I can only press highlighted things and nothing else will happen. And if I press the 9, then it's the 6 that comes up. And so then if I press the 6, we go back to 9. And if I press the 9, the 6 comes up, and I press the 9 again, it goes back to 9. It sort of feels like this is like trying to be like, is there really like, trying to decide, like, can I click somewhere else or anything like that? I don't think so. Like, it sort of feels like this wants to be the game 24 or something, where it's trying to say take something plus something, then minus something, then times something, then divided by something, and try and get to 9. But if that's the case, I very much don't understand what is happening. And we've got 3 darts over here and 1 dart over here, for what it's worth. We do have the pool table. Is the pool table arranged the same way? I think the pool table is the same as it was last time. Because last time it seemed to be like the number 15 was involved. Let's see. I don't seem to be able to interact with any of these things. If I can interact with them, I haven't noticed it. See, it looks like they would hide stuff here, but I don't think there's anything hidden there presently. Oh, yeah, I have this one. This is, yeah, this is not actually even that far into the house. So, is it possible that I am somehow, like, doing something even though it seems like I'm returning to the same state? Or maybe I always have the same target number. 9 plus 6 is 15. Okay. Minus 7 is 8. Okay, so I think this is way simpler than what I was trying to do. Oh, but now I think we're doing times 11. Or is it minus 11? Okay, plus minus times divided. So, I mean, I couldn't multiply 13 by whatever. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so we've got, if I'm just copying this symbol, plus minus times divided. Okay, so I think we're onto something. So 9 plus 6, and these are both blue, is 15. Okay, and so then 15 minus 7 is 8, we said. See, like, I feel like this is asking me 11 times 13, but that's not going to work. But when I picked 2, it seemed to be okay with it, because I think 2 didn't break it when I picked it last time, right? And then something with 5 and 4. Is it back to 9? Seemingly not. I'm just looking at... On the other side, the times and minuses and whatever are different things. There's one of them is red, and the other 3 are green. I am trying to pay attention to the colors that appear in here. So we start with a 9. Okay, and then I'm pretty sure 15 is the only answer it's going to accept here. Okay, but notice this time the 15 stays lit, and then the 7 appears. And so then we do 15 minus 7 is 8. And that shows up fine if I click 8. And so now, is there some weird, bizarre sense in which 13 times 11 is 2? What even is 13 times 11? Is this like a mod 20 thing? 13 times 11 is 130 plus 13, which would be 143. So this product... So for some reason it likes 2. Maybe I'm like able to choose like any of the combinations that I'm able to do of these two numbers. Like pick a 2 here, and so now I've got 5 and 4. But the 5 is on the outside. Maybe I'm just supposed to click the 5 and then I win? Apparently not. Like, we haven't seen anything on the outside until the 5, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we have. Oh, but this is in the middle. Okay, so we've got 15 in the middle, 7 on the outside, and then when we do that with an 8, we get an 11 in the middle and a 13 on the outside. I'm just going to try 4 real quick. Okay, I didn't think so, but 9 and 6. 15. There's no sense in which I can also combine 9 and 6 and get 7, right? I don't think so. 7 and 15, if I added them, would be 22. If I divided them, I would have to decide what exact way I wanted to resolve that to an integer. I don't think that's going to be what it wants me to do. So I feel like 8 is the only reasonable answer that I could get here. And so here I feel like the only reasonable answer I can get is 2. But I don't know what to make of the rings that they're in. You know, like 5 plus 4. 5 times 4 is 20. Ooh, it liked that. Now I've got 3 numbers, and who knows what I'm doing with 3 numbers. 15, 17, and 2. So 15 plus 2 divided by 17 is 1. Didn't like that, though. Oh. Okay, 15, 8, 2, 20. What on earth am I trying to do with 3 different numbers? And there's like the blue in the middle-ish, yellow, and then red. I can't add them all. I could do 2 times 15 minus 17 would be 13. No. Okay, I feel like we've made some progress. Maybe I am lying to myself when I say that, but I feel like we made some progress. We at least got something. Okay, this room could be the storeroom, or we'll go ahead and make it the storeroom. Sure, why not? Grab some stuff. Okay, so we don't have this letter yet, but we're almost certain it's an A. Because it is between CR blank CK. So it feels like it's, especially since it's about safes, it feels like it's probably crack. But let's see if we can figure it out. So this is rod or reel. Okay, so it's just road and rod. We've seen that combination for A before. Maybe even in this room. So it is crack. So okay, so we have confirmed that, and we can run back to the den and try and go north, I think. We've got a couple keys now. Should ideally try and find more keys. Oh, can I buy keys here? I forget. Can buy a sledgehammer, apparently. Ooh, running shoes. Very exciting. I can't afford running shoes, though. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay. All right, and I will have to go through the chapel, which will be unfortunate. Okay, it did say 8, though. I did want to have a look while I'm looking at this. It said 8 stained glass things. And if there's 8, I didn't write down... Oh, the 8th one is the one that's behind this sun, I bet. Yeah, that's the one that's behind there. So I don't know about that. Okay, so this is the way that goes north. I will use a key. Okay, does the West Wing Hall have paintings in it? And I guess for that matter, does the patio have paintings in it? Because this is going to be in rank 6, where I don't have the thing. But the West Wing Hall definitely gives me the most flexibility, so I think I'm going to pick it anyway. Okay, this does. So let's see. That looks like rain and grain. So that's a G. In rank 6, right? Yeah, rank 6, column 1. Let me just double check. Yes, this is a G. Okay, so this row, this letter we don't know. So this is G blank T blank blank. This is EIG blank blank, so it could be 8 again. We've already got 8, so let's see if either of these happens to be open. This one is open. Okay, good. Let's see, we can spend a gem going to the kitchen, I suppose. I can buy some stuff if I want. Beach. Let's see. We said this. We've called this 10. We've called this tag. Sand. Ocean. I'm just trying to think like what. There's so much going on in this picture. And is there a name for like a mountainy thing that's up against like a cliff? I don't think I have anything there. Let's see. I don't think I have any red rooms in my house. I don't think I need anything right now on that, but thank you. Tag. I originally thought this was like a dog tag, but I think it's a price tag is what this actually is. 10. Trying to figure out if there's a way I can get like 10 to work, because it feels like 10 is a very modifiable thing to put, but I don't know. It probably has an A for what it's worth. Okay, do I want to use my last key to go north? Well, how about I check and see whether this door is open already? Okay, that one I will use the key. Why not? I probably would have rather used the key in the middle in retrospect. The observatory will get me something every time I visit it, so I feel like probably it's wise to visit the observatory when I can. This is Spine and Pine. We already have this one. Let's have a look at what our 3 stars gets us. You get something every time you visit this. You get something new, and there's a little book that tells you what it is you get, but I'm not paying a lot of attention other than I know I get something, and I like things, and this door opens the right way. Let's see, is there anything up here? Also, I swear something said permanently add 2 chests to the lobby. And it does not seem to have permanently added 2 chests to the lobby. Maybe I overread the, that was the, yeah, it was this, actually. It was literally this. Oh, it just says have been added. I see. It doesn't say permanently. But I assumed that it was permanent, but it was not, in fact, permanent. Okay, this is locked, and I don't have a key. Okay, that's locked, and I don't have a key. That's locked. Oh, we might have run ourselves out of places. Let's see, I can get some extra footsteps over here. We've got that arrangement. Got some sew-up. Coffee machine. I don't think I have any remaining open doors. Now, there is the annoying possibility that there could easily be a key on the floor somewhere, and I just didn't notice it. But what are you going to do? I could try and, like, kick this door down if there's a kick button. I'm, like, slightly convinced that there's a, like, way through that fireplace eventually. Yeah, we've been through the parlor. I'm going to try the billiards thing one more time. Through the chapel. Yeah, and the billiards room is over this way. I don't think there's anything to do here in the spare room that I can find. Oh, right, I can buy a thing, but I don't think there's anything I can buy that would be useful. Yeah, there's nothing I can buy that would be useful. I either can't afford it, or it would not be useful. Okay. So, if I read this as the first line is 9 plus 6, then that's 15. And then the second line has a minus, so it would be 15 minus 7 somehow is 8. I'm trying to picture filling this into that little thing on the side, which maybe is not reasonable because that's, because I can't see it, so it probably isn't the thing I'm supposed to be looking at. Okay, that gets me 2. Okay, now it's red and blue. I wonder if the colors are what tell you what operation to do, because if I multiply 17 and 2, like red and blue before was 20 when I had the red 4 and the blue 5 or whatever, was 20. So now these two multiplied together would be 34 minus 15. I bet 19 is the answer. 19 somewhere? There we go, 19. No? I really thought that was true. Oh. I don't think 34 minus 17 is, or 34 minus, wait, was 34 minus 15? Okay, I'm going to write down the colors of the operations that we're seeing. So, blue 9, leads to 9 is the correct answer. Blue 9, blue 6 leads to 15 is the correct answer. Blue 15, yellow 7 leads to 8 is the correct answer. Blue 13, yellow 11 leads to 2 as the correct answer. Red 5, blue 4 leads to 20 as the correct answer. Assuming there's only one correct answer, which I think there is, but maybe there's not. Okay, and so... So how else could I read this? So there's now a red, a blue, and a yellow. And I really liked my 19 because red times blue previously was multiply. And we have multiple blue-yellow pairs that seem to be saying blue minus yellow. Okay, maybe I do it in the other order. Maybe it's blue minus yellow is 2 times 2 is 4. Haha! Ooh, some keys. Okay, I think we have understood roughly speaking, the dartboard puzzle now. Apologies to those of you who have had to bear with me through a lengthy process. Now the question is, can I possibly get back to somewhere where I can do anything? I can buy myself a couple of... Oh, I can't even buy myself anything that, like, gets me extra steps. Okay, well, next time I will have it. This hasn't changed, has it? I really don't think so. No. Yeah, I'm not going to get anywhere else. But still, we solved an extra puzzle, which, if the one book to be believed, is the only one of 2 puzzles that appear in the game. So what are you going to do? But that is day 5. So thank you for joining me. We will come back and we'll do day 6 next. But today I will consider fairly successful, having at least figured out what on earth is going on in the billiard room, kind of. So I think next time we encounter the billiard room, we'll be able to solve it. All right, thanks for watching. Do consider coming by on stream, by the way. I stream Tuesdays and Sundays, so feel free to come by and say hi. Love to meet new folks who enjoy the content. We solve a bunch of Sudoku puzzles and other kinds of puzzles that you may not have seen before, but look forward to seeing you there. But anyway, thanks for watching, and bye for now.